Hey everybody, it's me Terri of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome to the first episode of Stitch Your Library. This is a collaboration that I'm doing along with Rebecca of Yarn and Pajamas here on YouTube. And anybody else that would like to join us, we would love to have you come along and on this journey with us. Okay, so the idea of Stitch Your Library is to work to actually do some projects out of books and magazines and patterns that we have bought and we never did anything with the books. We just kind of keep adding, or if you're like me, you keep adding to your library of crochet books, and then you don't work out of them. You go on to the next book and then end up working out of something else, or just doing a pattern off of the, on the computer, or digital pattern or whatever, and you just never get to these magazines or books. Okay, I have a subscription to Crochet World magazine, and I have had that subscription for several years now, and so I've got all these issues, and I haven't worked hardly any patterns out of them. Some, but not many of them, as well as books that I have bought and not worked in. Okay, so what we decided to do is to start this collaboration to inspire each other, or inspire each other to work in some of these books, these patterns that we bought, and we just haven't used them, okay? And so I'm sure that you probably are in the same boat if you have been crocheting for quite a while. Okay, so the way I decided to do this, I just grabbed 3 magazines out of a magazine holder that I've got all my Crochet World magazines in. I thought I'd just start with that first. I grabbed 3 magazines out of that magazine holder, and I started trying to pick, just trying to pick a project to work on, okay? And so before I get more into that, let me go ahead and show you pictures, okay? So I took pictures of where my magazines and books are here in my craft room, okay? This table that you're sitting on right now is my work table, and on either end of the work table there's 6 cubbies, okay? And on that side, of those 6 cubbies on this side, which is my left side, I have the top 2 is full all the way across not magazines, but soft cover and hardcover books and pamphlets with patterns. Half of them are knitting and half of them are crochet, okay? I'll pop the picture in just a minute and you can see that, okay? And then the middle 2 cubbies, there's a little bit in there. Well, one of them's got a little bit in it. The other one doesn't have books. It's got other stuff stuck in there. The bottom one is same way. The bottom one has baby patterns and on one side in a container, and then I have 2 big magazine holders that have the Crochet World magazines in it. Okay, so I've got all that, and then on this side, which is my right side, I have 1 cubby of the 6. I have one that's got some hardback books and some other patterns. So let me pop those 2 pictures in right here, and you can see kind of the collection of books that I have, or not the collection, but how much I've got. Okay, so that is my collection, more or less, of physical patterns that I have, okay? Also, of course, I have patterns, digital patterns on my computer that I have bookmarked that are either free or I've purchased and downloaded and saved to my computer. and also when I first subscribed to Crochet World magazine, there was some deal, I don't know if that's still going on now, I don't know, but there was some deal where you had access to back issues of Crochet World magazine, the digital form of them. You could look at them and download them, okay? Well, I downloaded all of them, and so I have all of those, which is 2 or 3 more years of Crochet World magazines that are digital. Okay, so I've got lots of patterns to choose from. Okay, so like I said, I picked out 3 magazines, trying to figure out what projects I wanted to do for this first project, and I could not decide. I narrowed it down to 3, and I couldn't decide because I liked all 3 of them. So I decided that I would post those 3 pictures, for just this first time, I would post those 3 pictures on my Facebook group, okay? And I would have the people that are in my Facebook group vote, okay, on which project I should do, because I liked all 3 of them. Couldn't decide. I thought, okay, well, I'll just let the Facebook group people help me to decide, okay? So let me show you the 3 patterns that I had to choose from. Okay, so the first one, and I called this A, I think, on as far as the voting went. It comes from Crochet World, okay? This is February of 2019, okay? And in this pattern, in this magazine, I saw this blanket right here. If you could see that. It is a Jacob's Ladder blanket, and I was thinking that would look really neat with some of that I have some sugar wheel yarn back there that's like self-striping. I thought that would look really, really nice, okay? So that is one of them I had to choose from. Okay, so that's the first one. So that was A. And then B, I picked up another magazine. This one is Crochet World, April of 2017. This one, this has this on the cover. And in this book, there was a pineapple stitch blanket that I thought was really pretty, right there, okay? And this one, I thought I would do in baby yarn, like pink, because I have a lot of pink back there, and make it into like a baby blanket, okay? So I had that idea. And then the third one, this was letter C, because the pineapple one was B. Letter C came in this one, or choice C, this Crochet World magazine, okay? And this one is October 2018, okay? So, in this one, I found this blanket. This one is the Diamond Overlay Scrap Gan right here. Okay, so that was choice number C, letter C. Okay, so of those 3, I posted them last week, so it's been a week of voting, and I tallied up all the votes, and it was close call between the pineapple one and the scrap gan, although the Jacob Ladder one got a lot of votes as well. They were all kind of neck and neck, and then one of them pulled forward. And so the one that won, and the one I'm going to be starting on, is this one, the scrap gan with the diamond overlay. Okay, so this pattern, like I said, is in Crochet World, October 2018, okay? Page 18, if you have this magazine. Okay, now, I will try to find this magazine. If anybody wants to go along with me with making this, I will try to find it. I believe I saw it for purchase on ePatterns Central. I think that's what it's called. But I will look for it, and I will put a link to that in the description box below. Usually you can get digital patterns from them with less than $5, like $1.99. Sometimes they're on sale. You know, I mean, cheap. Anyway. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing a tutorial on this because it is a copyright pattern. This pattern, the designer is Margaret Wilson, okay? And so, like I said, I won't be doing a tutorial because it's not my pattern. But if anybody wants to purchase the pattern and go along with me making it, that would be great. Okay, so what can I say about this? Oh, and I will say that I figured out, because this is supposed to make a Afghan that's 51 inches by 60. And so to me that's too big. I just want to make it lapgan size or lap robe size, and that's usually between 35 to 40 inches wide, so I'm going to downsize it. But I did figure out the stitch multiples, and if anybody has this and wanted to know the multiples of stitches so you can make your own width, is multiples of 12 plus 6. Okay, so there you go with that. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing as far as this collab, so I've got the project picked, and let me show you the yarn. I have lots of black. That's the hook I'm going to use. It's a J hook, okay, 6 millimeter. I have lots of black, so I'm going to be using the black, of course, for the main color. And then for all these scrap colors, the stripes, I have this bucket of yarn balls, okay? And I have this one right here of yarn balls, all those, see? And then, of course, I have all that back there to choose from, but I've got some little mini skeins. Where is it? It's right underneath that doll in that one. Some mini makers. I think they're called mini maker. Let me think. Let me grab one. Yeah, Yarn Bee mini makers. I have lots of colors of these that a sweet YouTube viewer sent me in a swap, so I have lots of colors. So anyway, I have lots of colors to choose from as far as using in this project. So that is pretty much how Stitch Your Library is going to be going, okay? I will do that every 2 weeks because I'm still alternating with Movie and Stitch, okay? And so I'll come back in 2 weeks. I'll show you my progress on this project, okay? But one other thing we decided to add to the episodes is I'm going to get my yarn and my hook and get started on this, and I'm going to work on it for 30 minutes, and then I will come back and I'll add it onto this video. So I'll come right back and I will show you my progress that will get me started on it, okay? So I will be back 30 minutes time for me, but it'll just be in a flash for you, okay? Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I got started on the project. I got my black row at the bottom. There's a couple of rows there. And now I am finishing up the first stripe. I decided to add yellow in there. And so here is what I've gotten so far, okay? And for those that are wanting to do this project or have that particular issue of Crochet World, or have bought the pattern, I chained 138 to begin with, and that's going to give me, it looks to me, measuring it, it's going to be over 40 inches wide, so plenty of width for a lap blanket. Okay, so there is my start, okay? And for those that are not on Facebook, don't worry about it if you want to vote on projects. I just did it for this first project to get me started, but what I plan on doing is when I get to toward the end of this project, you know, like one of the last episodes where I'm finishing this project up, I will present to you, or go into my books, randomly pick some books out, probably pick 3 projects that will be possibilities, and then I will have you, the viewers, vote on it. And then, so by the, you know, like in the comments, in other words, and you will be able to help me decide what the next project will be. Okay? I hope that all makes sense. We'll figure it out as we go. So I will be back in 2 weeks, and I will show you my progress on this. I'm hoping it to be very nice and colorful, and we'll see if I can get a whole lot done on it. So, okay, so that's it. I'm going to go. Thanks for stopping by today and checking out this new collab, Stitch Your Library. And I hope those that want to participate, I hope that you will jump in also and do it along with us. I think it's going to be fun to be able to look back into some of these books and things that we have purchased, and remind us of why we purchased the books. I'm sure that, you know, we went through and looked at many projects in the books and picked out things that we really wanted to do, and then we've forgotten about it. So this will remind us to get us looking at those books again. Okay, so I'm going to go. Have a great day, and come back tomorrow. We'll have another visit for the regular Yarnjoy podcast episode. So we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.